Multiverse of Blackness. It's your boy Spider Can and my co-host,
The Incredible Man. Up, hold it down.
Yes, sir. Just like that. And we back with another episode, man. And later on, we'll be joined by the king of Hive Conda himself, Braxton. You know, Braxton the Black Panther. That's what we going with. We'll be joined later to discuss Doomsday. We discussed Daredevil, of course, episodes 4 through 6. That was crazy. But right now, we want to get into some general questions that y'all had that y'all did not leave in the comments, but y'all text me. And y'all was blowing my phone up after watching the first episode, and they was asking questions like, what's the difference between Miles Morales Spider-Man and the regular Peter Parker Spider-Man?
Absolutely.
So you got an answer for it? I got an answer, but I'm seeing if you got an answer.
Man, there's multiple Spider-Verses, man. You know what I'm saying? There's different variations of Spider-Man.
Right.
And each Spider-Man has their own unique characteristics of who they are, their backstory, their powers, and what they bring to the multiverse, you know what I'm saying, and the Spider-Verse itself.
Yeah, most definitely. And to sum it all up, because he gave y'all a general answer, but I'm going to give y'all a direct answer. Because this is a question that I literally was text. What's the difference? The difference is they're two different people. Miles Morales comes from a different universe. Mm-hmm. And his universe, he is, of course, bit by a spider in the tunnels and everything, man. But he's black and Puerto Rican.
Right.
His dad is a cop. Mm-hmm. Mom is a Puerto Rican lady. And I said Puerto Rican lady, like of course, duh. My bad. But the original Peter Parker comes from Universe 616, who is a white man.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Basically. So, you know, you talking about Miles Morales as a Puerto Rican and a black in 1610 universe, and he got the cool stuff, and he wore the Jordans, and he's just a little younger.
Yeah.
Peter Parker.
The rebellious kid.
You know, 616. I mean, Miles Morales, we wasn't too rebellious. See, both of them are super smart.
Facts, absolutely.
Super. They
all of them. All of them.
Any Spider-Man variation is
a genius.
Basically, yeah. They pretty much smart. Other questions we had were, what do we rank, or what's the rating of Captain America 4? I had a whole discussion about this.
You can have that. You can have that. You can have that. You can have that.
Yeah. I had a whole... guys, some people are just not happy with Marvel, which I understand. I get it. You know, it's a long process, especially for us black fans that's into it, and we like the movies. We want to get to the action or the storytelling a little bit faster. Mm-hmm. Be patient, my people.
Yeah.
Just be patient. What I rank Captain America for, or on a scale of 1 to 10, yeah, I do 1 to 10. I mean, I mentioned it in the last part, but I guess I'll go over it again. I give it again. I give it a 7.6. That's my final rating. I watched it again, and I give it a 7.6 because it was a story that was told that, I mean, I watched everything. So I seen the series of Falcon and the Winter Soldier.
Absolutely.
Right? So we had to tell that story.
The building up to the new Captain America. Absolutely.
Right. And I get some of the complaints were we didn't get enough Red Hulk in the movie. It wasn't a Hulk movie.
It wasn't. It was a Captain America movie.
The main villain, the main villain was the main villain was the leader.
Yeah.
You know what? I'm sorry.
Spoil it.
No. It's not a spoil. I just came to a realization that y'all right. Y'all right. I was wrong, bro. I'm telling you, because the leader is a Hulk villain. And so it was like we didn't get enough Hulk. Yeah. Then they told me, they didn't mention Bruce Banner. I'm like, yeah, you're right. Yeah. They should have.
Well, but Bruce, I'm
thinking about it, I'm like,
yeah. Absolutely. And you know, Bruce Banner, he's on, if you watch the She-Hulk series, you know,
man.
You know what I'm saying? Bruce is on a hiatus on an island, you know.
We got a lot of Hulk not to get enough Hulk.
Absolutely.
In the Captain America movie.
Absolutely. And then, you know, that was the introduction to The Red Hulk that you got behind you, and then also, but again, like you said, it was telling Captain America's story. You know what I'm saying? The new Captain America.
Yeah, but I mean, there's other stories they could have told with Sam Wilson's Captain America without bringing in the Hulk.
True
thing. If you gonna bring us Hulk, give us Hulk.
Yeah, absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? Just give us Hulk. You already nerfed him. You already made smart Hulk. You already, you know what I'm saying? He's not really hulking out per se. Mm-hmm. Then you giving us She-Hulk. Then you giving us the She-Hulk series with the dude that at the end that changed into some weird stuff.
Yeah, absolutely.
Then you give us Red Hulk for literally all of 4 minutes.
And then that's why I was thinking like they're giving us tidbits, you know what I'm saying, leading into Hulk Wars.
Yeah. But World War Hulk.
World War Hulk, absolutely.
Which I get. I understand. I get it.
Yeah.
But if you're gonna give us, just give it to us. Give it to us.
Yeah, absolutely.
Or at least, and Captain. I'm just not realizing. I'm so sorry. Captain America, you could have brought in Bruce Banner for the cameo that you gave the Winter Soldier.
Yeah,
you know,
true. But I mean,
that would have made the movie that much
better. That better, absolutely. But I think, you know what I'm saying, and then I think they were really just trying to keep it like to the storyline of Captain America and the Winter Soldier, what they brought back from the TV series.
I get that, but that's what we got. I mean, we got Thunderbolts.
Yeah,
Thunderbolts.
Facts.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, man. And then that goes back to what you just said. Just be patient because there's still more coming. There's still more coming.
I'm probably one of the most patient Marvel fans on the planet.
Man, just facts. Same. You know what I'm saying? We ain't even talking about that. But
I have some gripes.
Yeah,
but
man.
At the same time, I get it.
Yeah.
The story building. I understand the behind the scenes contract wise.
Yeah.
Of what's going on.
Right.
You don't have all the characters that you want.
Facts. Come on, Sony.
Stop playing.
Stop playing.
Just sell the rights.
Yeah, come on, stop playing.
Just sell the rights. But it's still story building, storylines that you could tell.
Yeah.
That's a little bit better. And at the same time, I think they are going in that direction.
Yeah, absolutely. And then go back to what you were saying earlier, man. If we did everything that we saw in the comics in one movie, we would have a 3-hour movie and then we won't have anything else.
Yeah.
You know, and then also casting the right actors to play these characters that we really love. Man, we can't miss on characters.
So speaking of casting, who your favorite casted character like that fits perfect for their role in the MCU?
Ooh, man. Okay.
Superhero villain that's just like, you know what, they got this role completely right.
They did it right. The first time I said that was Civil War with Tom Holland's Spider-Man.
Yeah.
That was the most spot on character I've seen.
Accurate Spider-Man.
Man, right, as far as the size, his character build, his personality,
even the sound of his voice sounds like Peter Parker.
Yes, and the wittiness, even during the fight scenes, like that was like spot on. And
Sony.
Yeah, and then outside of him, man, it's Wolverine. Those are the only two that were
Hugh Jackman's Wolverine.
Hugh Jackman's Wolverine.
That was perfect casting.
And Ryan Reynolds' Deadpool.
Ooh. Yeah.
And Ryan Reynolds Deadpool. Ryan Reynolds on Deadpool.
Ryan Reynolds, like
those three have been flawless. Those three character castings were flawless.
Absolutely, I agree with all three. I agree with those for sure. One I also want to throw out that's just perfect casting in the MCU. Is the man, the GOAT, the legend, Robert Downey Jr. as Iron Man.
Oh, absolutely.
That's like
I'm sorry, Robert. I'm sorry, Robert.
You know,
I'm sorry, Robert. Yeah,
he's Iron Man.
Yeah,
bro.
the playboy, arrogant philanthropist. You know what I'm saying? Like,
perfect.
That was spot on as well.
Who else can I think of that's just perfect? Oh yeah, I'm sorry, John Bernthal with the Punisher. That was
I've been binge watching
Charlie
his series.
Cox with Daredevil.
Yeah, facts.
Since we finna go into talking about Daredevil, it's only right that we take a break to give a special shout out to our sponsor.
Man.
I got my sponsor written down right here, man. I want to give the proper shout out to them.
Absolutely.
The absolute proper shout. They sponsored the action figures, the figurines that you see here.
All this beautiful paraphernalia that we have right here, these vintage comics. Paraphernalia.
Don't say it like that. You know, we THC users as well. We ain't just got paraphernalia. We ain't got no paraphernalia around here.
Your facts.
You know what I mean?
Say it one more time.
But yeah, the action figures.
Figures,
She sponsors all this.
Absolutely.
It's the Houston Book Warehouse located in Katy, Texas, off Keith Harrow Road. Houston Book Warehouse, man. She's a fantastic bookstore owner. Just such a just brighten up your day when you walk in there. They got fantastic books, and it's black owned.
Right on.
Black owned bookstore, Houston Book Warehouse, located in Katy, Texas. And with that being said, we thank you for the sponsor of these figurines, these action figures, some of the comics as well. We're gonna take a quick break and come right back with our Daredevil specialist, the king of Hive Conda, Braxton himself.
Yes, sir.
All right, y'all, we back at the Multiverse of Blackness, and we got our Hive Wakanda king right here.
What's going on, y'all? What's going on? Part two. What's going on?
Brax Panther.
Yes, sir. You know what I mean? That's live. I like that.
Yeah, it's
I like
dope.
that.
Show.
How you feeling?
Pretty good. After yesterday, pretty good. I was agitated from the first one, but then the second one picked back up, so I'm good again now.
So right now we're discussing Daredevil Born Again, episodes 4 through 5. We didn't shoot last week, so we kind of skipped over episode 4.
Yeah.
Which was, filler episode. Which was pretty good. It told some stories, but let's get right over there and get to 5.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Four is an episode of dialogue. You know what I'm saying? 5 and 6 is where it's at.
Yeah. We'll discuss the bank.
Yeah.
The bank first. And then
off
go
the
into
rip.
episode 6.
You know what I'm saying? So I guess you like a small recap, you know what I'm saying, how episode 5 starts off. Matt Murdock, you know what I'm saying, and his partner, their law firm, you know what I'm saying, like they're getting low on funds and being able to do what they need to do as a law firm because they're taking on clients who can't afford lawyers. You know, that's the lawyer else keeps you. That's who Matt Murdock
Pretty
is.
going for the little guy.
Yeah. We look after the little guy. So they're in a bit of a financial crisis. So they're going to the bank, you know what I'm saying, trying to get a loan to try to, you know what I'm saying, further, you know what I'm saying, enhance their business. Trying to enhance their business. And then it gets gritty like right off the rip as soon as Matt Murdock, they get to know because the initial banker he's coming to see isn't there. So he's dealing with the assistant, and they're just like, man, sorry, Mr. Murdoch. You know, the things that you do in the community are great, but they're also the main reason why you're a liability.
But I think you skipped over a very important part.
No, we gonna.
What's that? Say, shoot, yeah, drop it.
Because you know
he
he
got it.
Okay, so we get a cameo from Kamala Khan's dad, Yusuf Khan. Who, if y'all don't know who Kamala Khan is,
I was saving that, but yeah, go ahead.
You had discussed the.
I just said he was the assistant manager. I didn't give up who he was.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Spoiler alert. You know what I'm saying? We got a Miss Marvel reference in Daredevil, which is good because it ties the New York City climate with the superheroes, and
absolutely.
I always want Marvel to be intertwined, especially in New York, because there's so many superheroes that go through New York.
Yeah.
So
Jessica Jones.
So
Absolutely.
It's good to hear
Spider-Man,
or
Frank
good to
Castle,
see that you know that
the interweaving of all the different worlds and all the different characters.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So the assistant manager turns out to be Kamala Khan's dad, and he did not stop saying her name in the episode
at all.
And he
referenced
even
her
had
the
a
whole
Funko
movie.
Pop of her
had a
too.
Funko Pop, man. We gotta get us a Miss Marvel Funko Pop.
Facts. Ms. Marvel. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Like,
Brax might not like that.
Can you see them like, oh yeah, my bad, Ms. Marvel. My bad, you blind.
Because I just feel like Miss Marvel wasn't. It didn't do anything for me. Like it was like it's cool, but
It was something.
Well, back to Daredevil Born Again. Back to episode 5, the bank robbery.
And again,
episode.
we're in the bank scene. You know what I'm saying? If you want to pick up.
No, that's what we got.
So let me ask y'all. So do y'all feel like that was like, because you can tell the different tonality between the episodes from 5 and 6.
Yes.
You feel like 5 was more Disneyfied because you can tell what the action stuff that they were doing and like the tone of how it was going. It felt very. And that probably what might have been the episodes they did before the reshoots and stuff.
Right.
You can tell between 5 and the last 15 minutes of 6.
So what
you feel what I'm saying?
What I took from episode 5 was, what would Matt Murdock do in a bank robbery scenario.
Situation when he's not the Daredevil. Who is he? How can he still?
That's why I said Matt Murdock. Not what Daredevil.
Not Daredevil, but Matt Murdock. How
would Matt Murdock
strategically
act in the bank robbery robbery scenario? What would he do? And that was. It would have been dope to see animated in the what if type thing, but that's what I took from that episode. It's like it's a what if episode. It's like,
facts.
We get to have some fun before we go into the main.
And then I thought it was very strategic. There was a lot of underlining abilities, that got missed, especially like the sleight of hand. Know what I'm saying? As so, if you understand that, know what I'm saying? If we watch magic or anything like that, how the working the misdirection. Know what I'm saying? How can I distract this guy while trying to save these other people at the same time, knowing who I am, but not giving myself up at the same time. Right. Know what I'm saying? Like, so the guy kept calling him the solicitor. You know what I'm saying? Because he didn't know he was the lawyer of Hell's Kitchen. I have no idea who this guy is, what he can do, you know what I'm saying, who he is and what his abilities are.
But that play a part to the idiots that's committing crimes.
Absolutely.
How the hell you don't know who Matt Murdock is?
Absolutely.
He just had one of the biggest cases and won
the biggest case
in New York against the cops, bro. Like,
absolutely.
how you don't know who he is and you're a criminal?
Absolutely. And then
like you're an idiot.
And then as much, and I'm not even gonna go into episode 6. Like one of the coldest fighting scenes in 5 is when he asked dude to go to the bathroom and they were squabbling, you know what I'm saying, in the stairwell, and he caught the gun, you know what I'm saying, without making any noise to trigger everybody else so he can go save Yusuf Khan, you know what I'm saying, down there at the vault.
Let me tell you something else that was dope. People don't know that Charlie Cox is not from America, right?
Right.
He's from Ireland.
Yeah.
Right on.
So the
right
fact
on.
that he switched his dialect on the spot in that scene
with
the walkie-talkie, people
absolutely.
don't understand that he's actually not from America, so he's actually Irish. He's Irish.
Yeah.
So that was pretty cool to see too. I was like, okay, that was
and
dope.
to make it a St. Patrick's Day themed episode.
Absolutely.
And that's why going back to the part of the reshoots, I honestly believe that was probably the last of the reshoot, or last of the original thing, because that episode should have came out the day after St. Patrick's Day.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Which was, last week.
Yeah.
So absolutely.
It just made sense.
It made sense, yeah.
It made sense.
And I think they did a great job as far as the dialogue and incorporating the Irish culture within that particular episode. You know what I'm saying? And not straying away from it, just like, we're just partying, you know what I'm saying?
You're
Let's
right,
go get a pint of Guinness or whatever.
Yeah.
He was like, man, tell me a joke. And she was just like, man, good job, Detective Kim. You know what I'm saying? You gonna tell me an Irish joke. You know what I'm saying?
Because the Roberts actually were Irish too, weren't they?
They were Irish, absolutely.
It was a lot of storytelling in that episode that some people just made seem, oh man, it was just,
it was a little dry or whatever.
It's called a bubble episode.
So, yeah.
A bubble episode is when you shoot everything in one location and you tell your story that way. And I liked it.
I enjoyed it. I really enjoyed it.
Here's the problem that I have with people though. You can't, just because something might be more brutal does not mean that the story will be good.
Right.
Meaning, like, we're accustomed to how Daredevil was from 2015 to 2019. I get that, but it's a new age, it's a new era. We can't keep comparing and contrasting the two. I get it. It's born again, so they have to fill us up for us to reel us in. Meaning, from episode 5 that we got yesterday, or is that 6?
We got 5 and 6.
We got 5 and 6.
So from 6 on to 9, because that's 9's gonna be the finale. That's when everything's gonna ramp up.
Yeah, but I think even from 6 to going into season 2.
Well, I was leaving that off the table because we haven't gotten there yet.
Yeah, we ain't got there yet. But we still want to bring that in because, of course, we seen some leaked photos, leaked set photos for season 2 where Matt Murdock, Daredevil, was in the black suit.
Right.
And if we getting that, whatever happens at the end of 9, whether he kills Muse or something, but we getting evil.
And it's gonna get dark.
Like
it's
dark,
gonna get dark.
I'm not gonna say evil, but
it's gonna get dark.
Darker.
It's gonna get darker. Yeah. It's gonna get darker. It's gonna get darker. It's
you feel like he can take over the criminal or use the hand to kill all the criminals in New York.
Absolutely.
And it was also a callback. He said, "How did you do that? I'm a really good lawyer." That was a callback to Spider-Man.
Spider-Man.
People don't know that either. But
since we talking Spider-Man, I'm gonna do it every time. Sony, sell the rights.
Man, facts.
And hurry up while you're at it.
Yeah, we ain't got time to play.
And one of the last few things I want to say on 5 before we go into season 6, because we were talking about callbacks, is his new love affair is working a journalism case or a vigilante case, and she asks to speak or meet with Frank Castle and or the Daredevil.
Yep.
Yeah, well, I mean, episode 5, we knew from episode 5 you was getting Daredevil in 6. But the last thing I want to point out in episode 5 was the fight scene at the end when he broke the dude.
Man, oh yeah, he sat on it. Oh,
crazy, bro.
That was live,
man.
That's one of, I don't cringe a lot when I watch TV shows or fight or action scenes or shootings.
That was one.
That was one of the ones that made me go.
Yeah. I cringed a lot in episode 6 at the last 15 minutes. I'll tell you that.
For sure.
Well, let's go ahead and get right into it. Episode 6, the return of Daredevil in the costume. I'm gonna let you guys go ahead and let's break. Go ahead,
can we say Kingpin too?
Not quite. Because until he dons that white suit.
Yeah, the white suit is.
That's his uniform. That's his That's his Kingpin uniform.
Yeah, so I'm a shooter. So, and the reason why I feel like he's coming back. So, 2 of Muse's biggest murals are calling. You know what I'm saying? Kingpin on. It said in the movie King Kiss Ass, and he has the split personality of Kingpin in the white suit and the black suit, and you see right after the dinner party, you know what I'm saying, where Frank William Fisk is getting ready to put his suit on, he rips his jacket because he's getting bigger. And we know, you know what I'm saying, one of Kingpin's superpowers, you know what I'm saying, the bigger he gets, you know what I'm saying, the worse he gets.
Yeah. But I don't think they're going to do the powers.
They're not going to do that here. But
his physical features is just going to get bigger.
But I like, so episode 6 is a calling to Matt's way of thinking New York should be is not going to go well. That's going down from the lawyer aspect.
Yeah.
Fisk's new way of thinking how New York should be ran is going away. Now you have the arrival and the rise of Muse and how he thinks the world should be. But I think Muse they're going to do a character development of like somebody not probably fitting in and not being loved by people and people thinking he's weird. So that's why he uses humans.
I don't want to say that, but they paint him as a painting serial killer.
Which is also crazy because if you look at it, one of the sanitation workers couldn't. He said he used the most powerful source he could to get it off.
Components to get it
off, and he still couldn't do it.
He was proxy and blood.
Proxy and blood.
Crazy.
Yeah, that's a crazy combination.
Muse is a fucking psychopath.
Facts, straight off the rip.
Episode 6 is a duality episode, meaning like you can't escape
who you are. Absolutely,
meaning Fisk and Daredevil, Matt Murdock and
Fisk and Kingpin, Matt Murdock. And
I'm not gonna lie. We going through the episode in my head right now. I just would have been heartbroken if they had killed
Muse off at the first.
No.
Oh, who that?
Ayala. You
talking about
Hector's niece?
Yeah,
but I kind of it's like, so when I seen her,
it would have made great TV.
So you made because you just made a great point. You know what I'm saying? Like when Matt Murdock struggling with his duality of being him and Daredevil, and when the niece comes into the office, she was just like, hey, man, I need your help, Matt. You know what I'm saying? This is what my uncle was on. He was on to something. Like, so I'm calling you because I need you to do something. You do it. Yeah. And then the moment I seen her walking down the train tracks, I was like, all right, you know what I'm saying? The demand for the show up. He's coming out.
But let's talk about the prayer that he had, that he looked at Foggy before going out. What I'm saying for that is he still thinks that Bullseye is dead because he thought he killed him. People don't understand when Fisk broke his back.
Oh,
yeah, you're right.
He's in jail.
He got life.
He just got 10 life sentences.
And that's why Punisher's like, did Foggy get life?
But
that was cold too. I'm sorry we skipped over episode 4, but that was cold.
But again, Matt is still struggling between like going over the edge to killing, because he would have killed Muse had he not.
Had to save her.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So,
but then, and I don't mean to cut you off, but that's what I want to say. Episode 3, when Matt went to go see Frank Castle after he found the shell case.
That was 4.
That was
For episode 4, when Frank was basically telling him, "Are you willing to go over the line and do what you need to do?"
But Frank been asking him that since the very beginning.
Facts. Are you willing to do?
You're not
willing to do what needs to be done.
He said you're one bad day away from being me.
Yeah, facts.
And that bad day
has come. It's come.
So let me ask y'all something. Do y'all think the warehouse scene between Daredevil and Punisher is on top tier with the rooftop scene that they had in season 2?
It's not up there with the rooftop scene, because the rooftop scene in the first series it was a fight scene.
That's right. Before they said I had
the
dialogue.
conversation, the dialogue between two, I felt more compelled. And mind you, I rewatched episode 4 on the way back from Austin. I had some shows in Austin. If y'all tuned in, I do stand-up comedy. Y'all pull up.
Type.
I was on the way back and I watched episode 4 again, and just to hear the dialogue between the Punisher and Matt Murdock, just like keep pushing him, like, hey, that guy in you has to come out. You can't suppress this.
Facts.
Yeah, you can't be nice forever.
You can't hide who you are. This is who you are.
It was compelling, man. It was really, really good.
He was like, what he said in season 2? He said, you knock him down and they stay there. No, he said, you knock him down and get back up. I knock him down and they stay
down. Yeah.
Nah. But the fight, okay. Here's what the exciting part. When that transition where Muse got onto the train track because he heard the train, and then you see the red brake lights, and then you see the transition between Matt running, Daredevil running. That shit was cold.
And then
did he?
That's
boy,
fresh out
cold.
That's fresh out the comics, man. Even the rooftop scene when he's swinging through, that's fresh out the comics.
Absolutely.
It's stuff that I love to see from the MCU. It's pulling my favorite comic pages and putting them on the screen. So I'm like, oh, I know that scene.
Absolutely.
Charlie Cox also said that he actually had fun time actually being able to be agile because Daredevil is an agile character.
Absolutely.
The stuff that he was doing in Netflix, he didn't swing. He just ran. It wasn't, you know what I'm saying? It wasn't comic book accurate. In that regard.
And then that goes a lot. That goes. Shout out to the production teams because that goes into the choreography. You know what I'm saying? Of how you made.
They brought back the stunt,
the fight stunt coordinator from the Netflix series,
from Punisher series. To bring him back, it was like, yeah, man, this is what we wanted. Episode 6 is what we wanted for Daredevil Born Again from Marvel. That's exactly what we wanted. Brax texted us last night. Yo.
Yeah.
Episode 6, peak Marvel. We back, baby. I'm like,
absolutely.
I'm watching that. So I'm like, hold on, bro. Don't spoil it. I caught on a little late. I had to cook dinner and some other stuff. I went and got a nose ring for my daughter's birthday. It was all kind of crazy stuff going on yesterday. But we caught up to it.
And then not trying to segue off of that. I didn't know that the guy that Fizz had locked up in his cellar was his wife's love affair. You know what I'm saying? So like while we're simultaneously
let's talk about that. Let's get into Fizz.
While we're simultaneously watching Daredevil get down, you know what I'm saying, with Muse, Fizz, you know what I'm saying, is in his cellar, you know what I'm saying, getting busy with Buddy at the same time.
I'm gonna say this before we let Brax jump in. I'm gonna say this. I wouldn't be me if I didn't speak about it, because when I was watching. I'm watching the show and I'm like, this motherfucker Fizz, he a sucker, bro. You a sucker for love, bro. You a sucker for love ass nigga. You wouldn't kidnap because your old lady was out there getting some side meat. Yeah. You want to kidnap the nigga because you big and strong. Hey, bro, check your hoe, man.
And they talked about that. They talked about that in the therapy session. You know what I'm saying? Like, well, but what happened to him? Did you confront him? Like,
man, I don't care about no therapy session. That shit was some sucker shit, bro.
But come to find out at the end of the episode, he goes down there and has dinner in his cellar with him. While
man, we know all that. I'm talking about Wilson Fisk being a sucker for love ass nigga. You want to go ride on the homie. All because your chick wanted to step out. You wasn't there.
But on top of that, you also got, it's two things where you don't mess with kids, you don't mess with a wife. Don't matter.
Hey, man, no matter what.
How you supposed to know? He didn't know she was married. We don't know. Adam just out there just meet.
But at the same
she probably
time,
want her ring.
But that's gonna be on Vanessa then, not Fizz.
That's what I'm saying.
That's where they're.
He didn't want to check Vanessa because he a sucker for love. That's what niggas do, bro.
I love
niggas
her.
Be out there be doing that, man. Your chick be out here wilding, and then you want to come catch the nigga. Like,
you get tender behind your woman, man. Yeah. You stop being tender behind.
My bad. I had a rant. Go ahead.
So here's the thing, though. With the fight scenes that you all both saw, we all saw.
Yeah.
Daredevil and Fisk really aren't that different.
No, not at all.
no.
Not at
Only
all.
because they did some of the same moves. You can tell by the camera cuts
Yes.
that they did. They did the same
Yeah.
moves. They're just on a different spectrum of
physicality
what I call
and
it-
abilities.
What I
Yeah.
call is the yin and the yang.
Yang, absolutely.
You can't
Absolutely.
have one without the other. It's like in life, you need good and you need
The
evil.
evil, absolutely.
You need a balance. They're each other's balance.
Yeah.
It's like Daredevil, they both fight for the city. But their reasoning behind fighting for the city is
Are completely different.
two different things.
They're completely different.
It's
completely
power
different.
with Fisk, and it's
brute strength. Yeah.
yeah, you know, it's love and finesse with Daredevil.
Daredevil.
Like, I
Facts.
love my city. I want to protect.
But he
the
did
people.
some moves yesterday. I said, this is what I kind of wanted in the Netflix stuff. When Daredevil was getting busy with
Yeah,
Muse,
man, he
got
yeah,
down.
I said,
facts.
shit.
He got
Facts.
down.
No, really.
Muse was hanging with him
Hold
for a
on,
minute,
my
though.
bad. I'm
Are
sorry.
you
The
good?
best part that I felt was in that fight scene with Muse was when Muse kept hitting him and Daredevil was just
He was just taking him. Yeah.
kept coming forward.
Facts.
It's like, it don't
That was
matter
that
what
big- that's
you
that
do.
pent
That's
up
where like
rage.
it turned on. It was just like,
Yeah.
man, it doesn't matter. You know what I'm saying? Like, man,
That's why that roar came
doing
out.
this.
That
We
roar
doing
came
this.
out. I said, again, duality. Fisk and Daredevil both roared. You know what I'm saying? When
Yeah, they both
respective
did.
fight.
But Fisk, his roar was a word. Mine.
Yeah,
It's
like, it was more of mine when he threw Buddy into the
I
ceiling.
remember
Yeah.
But
the
Go ahead.
description Vincent had gave of this character was a child monster. And so when I seen from him screaming mine out was a child saying, this is my
Mine.
property. This is
Absolutely.
mine. It's mine. You can't have it.
But they show
exactly,
kind of
exactly.
But they show kind of the backstory between that with the Netflix stuff.
Yeah.
Well, true, but like right before that fight, you know what I'm saying? Like that's like what he was kind of like leading into with before he opened up the cell. He was just like, I would let you go, but we've already shared something and we have a connection. And
Sucker for
really,
love,
but I'm
man.
really
Sucker
telling you,
for
like
love,
you was
dog.
fucking with something that belonged to me. You know
Some
what
of the
I'm saying?
movements that Vincent D'Onofrio, aka Wilson Fisk, aka Kingpin,
yeah.
they showed his power between like brute strength. That backhand he
absolutely.
get.
Oh yeah.
Shit.
So again, like with Kingpin
That was
is
cold.
brute
That was
strength,
cold.
and then Daredevil is agility.
But also shout out to the fight coordinator that they had for the Daredevil series and the Netflix stuff. They brought him back.
Yeah.
So shout out to him for that because I don't think the fight scenes, the fight choreography would have went the same had he not have been there. You know?
Oh
what I'm
yeah,
saying?
absolutely.
Oh, no.
We would have got a way different
Right.
show. I
Right.
don't think it would have been. I'm not gonna say I don't think. I know it wouldn't have been as good fighting wise. The fight scenes had we stuck with the original plan.
Absolutely.
I'm saying we because we part of the MCU Marvel. Okay, man, can't
Absolutely.
fight.
But I'm not gonna lie, though,
You
I-
need some black voices in the room, man. That we the
No,
ones.
for real. But,
Come on,
but
man.
I did catch myself cheering and hooping because that's what we've been longing for
Yeah.
for 2+ years.
I
to
can't
get
wait
that.
to watch episode 6 again.
And then
I
also
just can't
too,
wait. I just can't wait.
Though, let's fast forward to the last, I think, 5 minutes of the show when Wilson Fisk goes to the cops to
we can't
Muse.
skip over that.
Can't skip over that. Only because
you
they're
gotta give them the proper name because they come from the comics.
Yeah.
It's directly from the comics.
yeah, go ahead and say it.
The Anti-Vigilante Task Force.
And they're gonna have the
body cams.
Not that. They're gonna have Punisher's logo on their vest.
Mm-hmm.
That's where Punisher comes in because he doesn't. I said last time we was on here.
he don't approve.
You can't use somebody's likeness, especially somebody like John Bernthal, aka Punisher.
Yeah.
That's when he's gonna come back. Because they're gonna do a lot of stuff with no body cams, no car cams,
Yeah.
X, Y, Z, and
Oh, yeah.
then everything's
yeah.
off the table at that point. Because
Yeah.
now you don't have a recollection of who did what. You know what I'm saying?
Cause y'all look like for that to be going on, it's just a major thing. Cause we seen that's the only part of the series where I feel like I seen Kingpin like in his core when he was giving that speech
That
to
speech,
the cops.
yeah.
It was like, hey, they call us a gang. They call us this. That's what we gonna go out and beat. And to rally those bad apple cops to that is gonna cause so much trouble going forward.
That and I also saw. To me,
I hope they keep them going all the way
Yeah.
through Spider-Man, all that.
Yeah.
That was a big thing. The
Yeah.
Anti-Vigilante Task Force was a huge
was
thing. They was
huge,
committing
absolutely.
crimes like they was vigilantes, and then they was going out and trying to kill vigilantes as well.
Yeah, I think
so
I
they was committing the crimes so they can basically what the cops do.
Yeah.
Now is to commit the crime just so we can act like we're stopping the crime.
I didn't want to get there, but that's what.
That's what it is.
Yeah, that's what it is.
When I first felt like
we can say that.
When I felt like I first identified Fisk is when they came in and they were telling him when he first found out that when he had the commissioner in there, his assistant, they were telling him what type of material the paint was made out of.
I still feel like that was still Mayor Fisk in that moment. I still feel like it was a Mayor move.
Not kind of, but when he zoned everything out and he just started laughing, like he gave like that cynical laugh.
But
he was just like, yes, politics is different, but this is no different from me running my family.
What I'm saying is we know politics to be cynical.
Facts.
You know,
that's true.
So and to keep certain information away from the people, is a political move. Mayor Fisk style. It's like, hey, we don't want to tell the people.
So
let's keep it. We keep the cards in our hand, right?
So how do you feel about, you know what I'm saying, when the other henchman came in, he was like, I don't want to pay the 1.8. And he took his pen off. It was like, well, like now you owe me is
he gonna take care of that.
And you gonna
take care of that. But this is what I'm saying. The pen he put on him was the mayoral pen. It's a mayor pen,
the mayor
right?
pen, the Apple, absolutely.
That's a mayor move. I'm a kingpin would have stumped him out right there.
Yep.
He would never let him talk to him like
Facts.
that. But he would have made an example out of him and
right
said,
then and there.
Now the next person has to pay 3.8. You know what I'm saying?
Facts.
Mayor stuff is, you know what?
I'm gonna tax you.
I'm gonna tax you.
Yeah.
You got to the end of the week. I'm gonna tax.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? The kingpin that I know from the comics and from the first, that he gonna stump you out. You talking?
The whole head.
I was just gonna bring that up.
He slammed the whole person's head
against the wall. Yeah.
No,
in the door.
With the door. With the door.
And then told his brothers, them like, oh, Daredevil did it. You know what I'm saying?
Facts.
Like I'm saying, it's kingpin moves, bro. But
I honestly can't wait for episodes 7 through 9 because you still have Bullseye, you still got Daredevil, you still got Punisher, you still got Wilson Fisk, and you still got Muse.
You still got Muse.
You got a lot of, and you still got Vanessa. Don't forget that she's a queen pin. You know
and you still got Wilson Fisk's assist, not James Gandolfini's son,
but the other, the shooter.
Yeah.
Then the police chief. You don't forget the story between him and Fisk. You know what I'm saying? He wanted to quit.
I honestly hope that this season they honestly land the finale like they landed the finale for season 3 of Daredevil and the Netflix stuff. Because Marvel has fell off with like it was a good story until the ending. It's like
all basically
you know what I mean?
80%, 85% of their TV shows don't stick the landing. And it's
we hope this one does. I hope this one does.
But it has no reason not to, though, is what I'm saying. You know what I mean? Like you have all the ingredients to make a good gumbo.
Just make it.
Just make it. You know what I'm saying?
Finish strong.
Yeah, finish strong.
Finish strong. And with that, man, we're going to jump over and discuss something that's literally going on. Everybody, y'all keep checking my phone. It's going on right now.
Yep.
We'll cut it right there.
Okay. Yeah, we good. We can come back in now.
Yeah,
we can come back in now.
Yeah, we just roll it. Roll it and then just chop it. Yeah.
All right. Well, yeah, I'm checking my phone right now. This is literally going on at this moment. It's the announcement of the cast of Avengers Doomsday. They started production. They're announcing all the cast members. And so far, I will go through them and see what you guys think. First up, we got Thor, Invisible Woman, Sam Wilson's Captain America.
Yep.
I rock with it.
Bucky, Winter Soldier.
Absolutely. I get it if they don't nerf him, but go ahead.
Ant-Man. Shuri's Black Panther.
Okay.
I'm not mad about that.
U.S. Agent.
Not mad about that.
Namor.
Not mad about that at all.
At all.
Ben Grimm, the Thing.
We haven't seen him yet, so I don't know yet.
Yeah, I would see what the CGI looks like when we see him.
In July or June. Yeah. When it come out? June? July?
Next year.
Yeah.
Okay. No.
No, it come out next year.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's next year.
Okay.
One of my favorite characters in the MCU, Shang-Chi.
My dog. That's my boy.
Got Yelena Belova's Black Widow.
That's my girl right there.
A surprise that we seen at the end of the Marvels, Beast.
Yeah.
We getting the X-Men in this movie.
Yeah, X-Men cameo, absolutely.
Yep.
We getting Beast. We getting Kelsey Grammer's Beast at that.
Facts.
OG.
We getting Sentry. Joaquin Torres' Falcon. The Human Torch.
Yeah.
The Red Guardian. And just announced right now, M'Baku.
Ooh.
M'Baku's in it?
M'Baku, Winston Duke, M'Baku.
That's fire.
That's the cast so far. They still announcing names. I think that's a lot of
That's going to be fire.
in Doomsday, bro. Oh my God.
They ain't even talking about the supporting characters yet.
Yeah. So out of the people I named so far, who are you most interested?
Namor
off the top, man.
Namor. I want to
hold on. We gotta give the reason.
Only because I feel like he didn't get his due diligence in Black Panther 2.
Mm-hmm.
I just feel like, again, with the ending of the landing at the finale, like the third act, it has to come through. It's no way that Letitia Wright beat Namor. It's no way in hell. It's no way.
Did she really beat him, or did she just talk him off the cliff?
Well, kind of, sort of. But even if, like...
She didn't beat him.
But...
She kind of just spoke to his heart.
Yeah, I feel you, but... If you already in that,
still for the people.
I feel you, but at the same time, no, bro. No, I get it, woman empowerment. I get it, bro.
He was
like, but
I would say, go ahead. I'm sorry. We're gonna get into all the details.
It's not
of
good.
it. But what character are you most interested in?
For me, man, because we've seen the majority of everybody so far, I want to see how they bring back Beast and Thing. Thing is my favorite character from the Fantastic Four. Mm-hmm. So how they
really?
You know what I'm saying? How they bring about Silver Surfer too, but as far as like out of the four of the Fantastic, for me it's Thing.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? So how they work the CGI and how they recreate his character is a go for me.
Only problem I had with it was his voice. Why use the actor's real voice? That didn't make any sense to me.
But that's something that Marvel's been doing the last couple of years. They want the body type to fit the voice.
Are you talking about Thing or Beast? I'm talking about Thing.
The Thing. You thought?
I'm talking about Thing.
I'm talking about
Thing.
Because everybody's voice was altered once they transformed into Thing. I don't understand why we're using.
I mean, we haven't seen the movie yet.
I feel you.
Yeah, so
I get it.
But that's what I'm saying. Like that's why I'm most excited to see how do they? Because we've been talking about that all episode. Like, how do we make these characters resemble how they are in the comics? So like how they bring about Thing is gonna be a big plus or minus for me.
Right.
What about you?
The character I'm most excited to see.
I can guess yours, but go ahead.
Who you think?
Probably Sentry.
I can't wait to see Sentry.
Yeah,
but I know we're getting Sentry and Thunderbolts. But out of this cast, and my reason it's gonna make sense, is Thor.
I forgot Thor was okay.
Yeah, Thor was the first one he mentioned.
Because knowing that they taken Taika Waititi away from Thor.
Thank God. Jesus Christ.
And to actually see what he's out of all the people I named, he's the OG. He's the OG Avenger, bro. So what direction are you gonna take him in? Which I would love to see, like the comics is Old Man Thor and the Thor Corps. When he just, sitting around, he old, he running the young Thors, you know what I'm saying? It's like, but don't nerf him. Don't nerf him too much in this.
To your point, Jay can't take. Well, we were talking about it offline, but he was saying if the characters really had their comic book powers, it would be no movie.
Yeah, correct.
You know what I'm saying? So we all know that Thor is really the one. He can handle. He doesn't need a team. He doesn't need a team at all.
I just don't want them to. I want them to right their wrongs.
Yeah.
For the last Thor: Love and Thunder. That's what I'm saying. That's why I'm excited to see him first. And then hold on,
go ahead.
But what material does he have other than because Thor: The Dark World was horrible. The first Thor.
I like Dark World.
You did?
Yeah.
Did you like Dark World?
Because I'm a Loki fan. I like Loki.
I feel you.
I'm not really. I don't have anything bad to say about any of the Thor movies. I actually like them all. Ragnarok is my favorite.
That was. You didn't like Ragnarok?
It was all right, but again,
hold on, we get into another discussion.
I'm a Hulk fan. I'm a Hulk fan.
You didn't like Ragnarok?
My thing is not. I don't like things to be too comical, bro. Like that's not who. You know what I'm saying? I want a more serious tone with mine. I'm not. Some jokes could be over the top too. It's cool.
Yeah, Thor doesn't have the best.
It's dry
series when it comes to Marvel. We all know Captain America got the best.
Yeah, Iron Man don't have that much of a good rapport either with his trilogy because that third one was garbage.
We talking about Ultron?
No,
nah.
It was Iron Man. The 3 was when I think his
was
girl.
It all the Iron Man.
Yeah, that's Ultron. That's Age of Ultron.
No. That's Avengers. What I'm talking about is because 1 was when him becoming Iron Man. 2 was
which was a classic.
Classic. 2 was the guy that had the
his computer doing said fuck that. His computer doing said just took over all the bots.
That was 3.
Yeah, 3.
3 was horrible. I didn't like 3 at all because
that came. Tony Stark made this with a box of scraps.
Yeah.
Okay.
But,
okay.
Yeah, because
it was a
like I could do with just 1 and 2, 3. I cut that out.
Yeah.
So, but when they were fighting Hammer.
Yes, bro.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Justin Hammer.
Yeah. Okay, I give you that one. I give it. He was a poor villain.
But again, that's
I'm just excited.
But he was also fighting Buddy with the with your whip stove.
That was 2.
That was 2.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then the other characters, Shang-Chi.
Fire.
Like, bro, his movie was so good.
Fire.
It's a great rewatch movie. Just
only because they had somebody of their culture directing the stuff.
Right.
That they had.
I mean, we have Ryan Coogler, Black Panther.
That's cool. That's true. I'm saying though, oftentimes you'll get somebody that's not of the culture to make the creative direction of the film, which is why it may not hit for some things.
Dustin Daniels, correct?
Right.
Yeah.
And then you just
Shang-Chi is just a dope character.
Facts.
It's fire.
Like,
that is fire.
Absolutely. You just mentioned something earlier. Team. You know what I'm saying? With this team that they just assembled, how do you feel about them going up against Dr. Doom?
Oh, that's a great question.
No,
I'm looking at this team and I'm like, Doom is gonna watch these niggas.
Like facts.
These MCU niggas out of there.
Facts.
Out of there.
Giving it characters, giving
Baku, bro.
Yeah.
I love Winston Duke and Baku. It's good to see him. It's good to see him back on screen, which we needed for the story.
Facts.
But come on, bro.
Like, how do you what role do you think everybody's gonna play? Like,
Red Guardian,
washed. Human Torch, washed. The Agent, washed. Shuri, washed. Ant-Man, washed. Bucky could hold his own, probably.
Washed. Bucky's gonna hold his own. I expect Sam to hold his own.
Sam Wilson getting washed too, I ain't gonna lie.
Yeah, Sam Wilson getting washed by Doom.
I think everybody's is gonna get washed as they try to fight him individually.
Thor's
the only one known to probably be able to hold his own.
Thor.
And then Reed Richards. I mean, they done named every other Fantastic Four member. We know he coming.
Facts.
He getting washed too, though.
He ain't getting washed.
Reed
He never gets washed by Doom.
But that's
the reason he don't get washed by Doom.
He got washed by Wanda in the goddamn.
I know, but the reason that he don't get watched by Doom is because they're so close.
They're friends.
As people. And Doom literally wants to be him.
Facts.
That's the whole reason.
He hits him right here.
That's the whole reason Secret Wars ended in the comics in the first place, is because they go to the Molecule Man and then they're having a conversation. Mind you, Doom has watched everybody else. He's running through them. But him and Reed Richards have a conversation and Doom literally tells the guy, yes, you could have done it better. Yes, you could have done this new world way better than I could. Mm-hmm. And when Molecule Man hears that, he said, well, fuck it. I'm going to take the powers away from you and give it to Reed Richards. And that's how it happens. So Reed Richards gets the power. Him and his son, Franklin Richards, creates a new universe. And not only that, Reed Richards fixes Doom's face the way he don't have the scars on his face no more.
Facts.
So that's how Doom would never beat Reed Richards, because he wants to be this man.
Facts.
And instead of just killing him.
And then the reason I asked that, because in this particular case...
I mean, hell, I'm sorry to cut you off, but now I'm going on another rant.
Yep.
The man, Dr. Doom, takes Reed Richards' family, makes them forget that they were ever the Richards. And he gives them Doom. Like, he takes his wife, making his wife, the kids are his kids.
So he essentially wants to.
He wants to be him. He wants his reality.
Survived on a life raft. His family did not. So that's how Doom got the family. You know what I'm saying? Made him his. So he knows, like, hold on, this motherfucker got my whole family, bro. Yeah. Like, that's in the comics. They probably gonna adapt that in the MCU.
Facts.
Too.
And then the question I was just getting ready to ask, and then I was asking about the team, because this is symbol of cast and characters. A lot of their powers revolve around their intelligence. You know, Shuri, you know what I'm saying? She's a scientist.
Yep.
You know, Beast, you know what I'm saying? He's a genius.
Yep.
And who the one person that's more of a scientist than both of them put together, besides Reed Richards? Dr.
Doom.
Doom.
Oh yeah. That wasn't a trick question. That was a straight up question. Yeah, absolutely. And then that's kind of like that's like kind of what I was alluding to.
Yep.
Like a lot of these guys, they're not super strong, but know what I'm saying. But they're highly intelligent. Know what I'm saying, and they're crafty to using, know what I'm saying, like their powers and their wits.
Yeah, nobody on that roster that you named.
Then they just named somebody else, and she getting watched too. Ghost. From the Thunderbolts, she gonna get washed.
But then nobody you named on there, kid. Like I don't think anybody besides Shang-Chi,
like Shang-Chi and Sam and the Winter Soldier and Thor. Know what I'm saying?
He's getting washed for sure.
Man, nobody's really scratching.
He's getting washed for sure. He's getting washed for sure. There's no standing chance. I don't give a damn how much vibranium you got in that damn suit. You're getting washed. You're
getting washed because Doom. It's nothing that you really could do. Doom beats himself, bro.
Yeah.
Doom, the man is literally in the comics going to try to fight the devil.
Going to nerf him though is the problem.
They can't nerf Doom. If they want a story, they can't nerf him.
Nah,
they can, but not to the point to where you feel like he's going to get beat.
Nah,
because and then I'm saying that, but truth be told, if they're telling a story that I think they're going to tell, which is a combination between the 1984 run and the 2015 run, Doom don't even really fight the characters.
Yeah.
Doom is off doing his own thing.
Own shit. And then everybody's just assembling, trying to figure out
they're fighting each other
what is
with
this
incursions. They're fighting to keep their worlds. Doom is like, fuck all this, the world going in anyway.
Yeah.
I need to go out and figure out how to get this power to create a new world. So Doom he's not even really fighting them. He goes off with Doctor Strange and go find these molecule mans and thinks that, he knows that, this is the reason the Beyonders are setting these incursions because they setting off the molecule man. He's a bomb. So he goes on and kills them, not knowing to himself, that's triggering incursions even more.
Right.
So fuck that. Let me go find the Beyonders.
Yeah.
He finds the Beyonders and literally steals their power. That's how he creates Battleworld. So, and I think if they adapt that story to the MCU, what's going to happen is going to be a race to get to Loki first because Loki is holding the stuff together. So once Doom gets to Loki, he's going to take Loki's power. Now he has the power to create a new universe. And that's his story going to be told. He going to watch a few Avengers, but for the most part, Doom do his own thing.
Facts. And you just said something really, really interesting. You know what I'm saying? Everybody,
even when they get to Battleworld,
like
everybody is controlled. He wiped everybody's memory away. All they remember is Battleworld.
Absolutely.
And then the old Avengers are on a ship that Reed Richards created, and they have the old memory of the old world. And they land in Battleworld, and then they get off the ship, and they trying to figure out what the fuck is going on. We need to spread out this and this and this, because Doctor Strange helps him out because he remembers the old world.
See, I didn't even know about that.
Right. And then the other aspect is another Reed Richards in another universe called the Maker.
Yeah, I did know that.
Who creates another life raft, but instead of the heroes getting on, the villains get on. Thanos and his cabal, and they make it to Battleworld. Reed washes through them too. But Dr. Doom literally takes Thanos' throat and rips his spine out.
Then that ain't gonna show that.
Man, if they do that shit gonna be too lit. They gotta establish how powerful Doom is, and the only way to establish that is to kill the old big bad of the MCU.
The old big bad wolf.
My bad. With this last point, now I'll let y'all continue. Also on that villain's life raft is Miles Morales. He stored away on that. He just kind of hid, and he came out and was like, oh. You know what I'm saying? So he finds his way on Battleworld. That's how you get the crossover between Peter Parker and Miles Morales.
When are they going to show that, you think?
Miles Morales?
Yep. It's coming. That's coming. That's
coming.
That's coming.
When do you think will be a good time to intertwine them?
Spider-Man 4. Spider-Man 4.
Yeah.
Okay.
If they don't do it there, then I'm for sure, 100%. I'm going to go ahead and say it. If they don't do it in Spider-Man 4, Miles Morales will be in Secret Wars.
For sure.
He got to be.
I agree.
I'll even go as far as saying he'd be in Doomsday. But I don't think that's going to happen. Man. I'm not 100% sure on that. I'm
more confident. Wars, he probably would definitely be in.
Yeah, I'm more confident in him being in Secret Wars and Spider-Man 4.
And right quick before we get off Dr. Doom, and it was something that you had said, like, so with Doom off causing all of these incursions between all of the different worlds, you know what I'm saying? With this cast, various casts of superheroes or Avengers that we're bringing in, do you think we're going to get like a Civil War type of movie, you know what I'm saying, where all the different characters, you know what I'm saying, meet each other, fight with each other?
With Secret Wars?
No.
With Doomsday?
With Doomsday.
Will they fight each other?
They're going to fight with each other before they come together and say, hey, well, the real issue is this dude out here.
Well, if...
Good question, by the way.
That's a great question. If they do the incursions, then they have to do it that way. But then because you got to think all the heroes going to be fighting for their
universes, right?
And that's why I think they announced Beast was going to be in the movie.
Exactly, because now we're getting an X-Men cameo.
Yeah, so the fans would love to see the Avengers versus X-Men.
Facts.
Oh yeah,
absolutely.
But didn't they announce that though?
They haven't. Not yet. It's not confirmed. But just to come from there, they have to fight for their universe. They got to keep their universes alive.
Right. And then our first episode, our first taste of that is when Deadpool went back and got Wolverine. Like he had to search through all the different universes to find the right one to save his universe.
And let's go even further. I'm glad that they kept Hugh Jackman for the Wolverine role. I know
absolutely.
He's 60. Who cares?
Man, he looks great. I don't give a damn.
He looks great, bro. No, I don't think anybody else could have played Wolverine. Yeah. You know what's crazy? Who they had before he turned it down? Russell Crowe was supposed to be Wolverine.
Yeah.
Yeah. Damn.
No, I'm glad that he didn't do that because he even said he wouldn't have done what Hugh Jackman did.
Facts.
He wouldn't have been dedicated to the role.
They gave him a role in the MCU.
Yeah, I don't know what happened.
Thor: Love and Thunder,
I don't know. Wasn't he Zeus?
Yeah. And Zeus was like some freaky ass.
Yeah, I don't even know what that
pervert in the movie. It's like, come on, bro, what are we doing right here?
I don't know what that. I don't know what that was. I don't know.
But nah, man, we got a lot of exciting things. You know what I'm saying? Coming up in the music. It's a lot coming up.
But after Deadpool Wolverine, I think they learned their lesson. Like, okay, this works.
Yeah.
Let's try to not make it like that, but like the base and the ingredient of that for characters that feel free and not so robotic. Yeah. I feel like that was the key to making a lot of the things go well. Now we still have to figure out and take into account we're going to get Fantastic Four.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
We're still going to get
Thunderbolts.
That's coming out. I think Moon Knight. They said it was green lit. I
just got word they canceled Moon Knight season 2.
Damn it! I actually like Moon Knight.
Yeah, I liked it too. I was really a fan of Moon Knight series.
That's also he because he within himself was like three different people.
Facts.
Yeah. So we got it's a secret movie that's coming out too that we really don't know what it is. They haven't announced it yet. We also get Ironheart in June.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that. Yeah. I hope that's good because isn't Ryan Coogler doing that one too?
Yeah. I hope there's some things that we didn't get to discuss on this one that we'll save for the next part, such as what we think about SZA. Play Storm.
No. Let's talk about that right
We can talk about how we're going to end it. All right, boy, let's go into it.
Yeah, fuck. No. Only because SZA doesn't have the acting. She was just in a movie this year.
Yeah, that was her first Kiki Palmer. And it was a comedy. That was a comedy.
Right. Not taking anything away from it, but it's a different ball game from being an MCU from doing other projects.
Yeah.
You got to be dedicated for one. Physically fit. Even Halle Berry wasn't even a good Storm. That was
facts. You just can't dye your hair. You can't dye your hair platinum and show up and say I want to be Storm.
I'm telling you right now. We will see Halle Berry and Storm again.
No, we will.
We will. As a matter of fact, we're gonna see Halle Berry and Storm in Doomsday.
You stamping that?
I'm stamping that. That's my prediction. You know, I gotta say something bold.
Come for you, that ain't right.
I gotta say something bold. Every episode, Halle Berry Storm will be in Doomsday.
Man. You know what's crazy? Who they should get for Storm? That girl that's in the WWE. Was it Jade something?
Yeah.
They should get her to play Storm.
She played Montez Ford's girlfriend in the WWE.
What's this girl name, man? I know she played in She's Gotta Have It
for Storm because WWE already acting anyway. It ain't even real no more. So hey,
yeah, but we're seeing how hard it is for WWE actors. You know what I'm saying, to get roles. I know they.
So I was thinking, DeWanda Wise. I don't know.
I saw that.
She played and she's got to have a TV series.
Yeah, I saw that.
And I think she'll be pretty good. She has the look. And
yeah. No, I got you.
She looks like Storm. You know what I mean? Like
but can she embody?
I think she can. I think
you know what I'm saying? Like everything that Storm stands for. Who can honestly say? I mean, I wish I could have said Angela Bassett, but she's obviously she can't.
She's dead in the MCU.
And with Storm, you have to be an emotionally intelligent character.
But to
whom though?
But think about this. Only thing we gonna compare her to is Halle Berry.
Because that's the only
Storm.
We had First Class, but girl with the mohawk.
No,
but I mean,
no.
It was the young X-Men.
I know what you're talking about, but no.
We don't acknowledge certain Marvel projects.
So First Class
was fired up. Oh, you talking about characters?
Characters. Yeah, that's how you skipped over Michael B. Jordan as the Human Torch.
We'll skip over. We don't
because I feel like
certain things.
I feel like from Halle Berry to First Class, I feel like it was a parody of the character. Which you know what I'm saying? Parody meaning like it was like a mock up of what it was.
What I mean, but they were all younger than what
Yes.
What happened?
They just announced the next cast member in Doctor Doomsday, Avengers Doomsday, Tom Hiddleston's Loki.
Well, you knew he was gonna be. I mean, you knew he was gonna be in it.
We know. Yeah.
Hey man, but
a lot of the predictions that we were just talking about, they're gonna come to pass.
I be standing on what I say. Come on, man. Come on. Did I just say it was gonna be a race to Loki?
He gonna carry his part.
Oh, for sure.
He gonna carry his part. For sure.
Facts. For sure.
I didn't want to see the movie if I was gonna see it anyway, but I didn't want to see it without Loki in it.
Amen.
We need Loki in Doomsday. That's a pivotal story.
And and there's the double back. I'm glad they got the Russo brothers because there are directors that are character driven.
Right.
They don't skip over stuff of like, you know what I'm saying?
Right on.
Yeah, bro, we get Loki. I feel like that's a good stopping point.
You remember that feeling that we had for like Infinity War and Endgame? With Russo Bros, we're gonna get the same feeling we got from Doomsday and Secret Wars. Mark my words. It might be even 2 times better because we get some of the characters that we thought we weren't gonna get again in that limelight.
Yeah,
they're gonna be back, and the old characters like Ghost Rider's gonna show up. Yeah, it's a whole lot of stuff going on.
We're gonna talk Ghost Rider, Midnight Suns on the next episode. If y'all got any questions about that, please leave them in the comments. Before we end, I am saying I think we also gonna get a few more names for this cast. One of them has to be Tom Holland Spider-Man.
Yeah.
And of course we got to get Reed Richards in there. And Pedro Pascal. Yep. I want to, before we end, you don't have to give your explanation, but one character that hasn't been announced that you think they will.
For Doomsday?
Doomsday. Not Secret Wars. Doomsday.
Silver Surfer.
Damn, he took mine.
Silver
that was going to be mine too, yeah.
Shit, I guess
not the woman.
But the
male version.
Norman
Red.
Yeah. Male version. Yeah. I need the Silver Surfer, dog.
I gave y'all Tom Holland. I gave you Reed Richards. Well, of course. I'm going to go out on a limb and say, I already said Halle Berry is my
wild.
But
if they do the Fantastic Four movie, they might use the Silver Surfer in there.
So Chris Evans is going to be in there.
Yeah.
They might do a duality. Chris Evans is going to be in there. Or Secret Wars.
Nah, man, Chris Evans. Chris Evans is done. He was incinerated. You know what I'm saying?
From the info I got, Doomsday is telling a different story.
But knowing Marvel, they might double back and say it's a different version. You know how Marvel is with the multiverse. They can say it's a different version. You know, they always try to cover it up their tracks by saying it's a different version.
Well, give me the characters that we already know that's been in the MCU that they could announce today without spoiling anything.
Ghost Rider.
No.
Come on, bro.
In Doomsday? I don't think Ghost Rider.
I'm tripping. Yeah. Not Doomsday, Secret Wars.
No, I'm talking Doomsday.
We talking about Doomsday.
Because all the characters they gave, we seen in phases 4, 5, and 6.
Yeah, we can have the same answer, man. I believe it's the Silver Surfer. He's the only one that I haven't heard that I believe.
But he ain't been in nothing
since 2005.
He ain't been in no MCU projects.
Man,
I'm talking people that's been in the MCU
that's been in here.
I could be Black Widow. I don't know, bro.
Man, I don't know, man. They covered everybody that's still standing. Everybody that's still standing, still alive, and has relevance. Man,
I got one they haven't announced yet that I think they will.
Who's that?
Ryan Reynolds, Deadpool.
Deadpool.
Damn, good one.
Gotta go.
Again, one of the last few. And then if you got Beast, if they have Deadpool and they brought Beast, I wouldn't be surprised to see. I wouldn't be surprised to see Hugh Jackman and Wolverine.
I was gonna say that, but
I wouldn't be surprised to see Wolverine.
They bring it Beast. They bring in Halle Berry.
The problem with that is, I feel like because it's already gonna be a new Mutants movie and an X-Men movie anyway. So they might just start off with Beast and then build up, not build down. We know Hugh Jackman's already.
Yeah, he's already here.
You know that, but we don't have to overdo it to oversaturate.
I'm just speaking of names they could announce today that we've already seen.
That might not be bad.
Yeah, Hugh Jackman is a good name that they could announce
because he's already signed on for the remainder of the duration of the project.
I wouldn't be surprised to see Hugh Jackman.
Tobey Maguire Spider-Man.
Tobey Spider-Man,
because Hugh Jackman did say, I don't want to do any Avengers movies or anything dealing with the Avengers if Tobey Maguire's not in it. He said that years ago. So they might announce Hugh Jackman is what I'm saying.
They're going to announce Tom Holland. They're going to announce the Pedro Pascal, of course.
Yeah.
And they're going to announce.
He's already got Invisible Woman on there, right?
And my wild card to announce, not who's going to be in it, just to announce. My wild card is Ryan Reynolds.
You might be right. I just don't know if he wants to do it, but he might be.
Yeah. I mean,
because
we just got Tom Hiddleston Loki, so I'm excited. I'm good. They can stop the announcements right there and keep us surprised for everything else. I'm good with the cast.
Yeah, I am. Too.
It makes sense for the stories they've told and what story they're going to tell.
Yep.
Some of those characters will be killed off.
Yeah, for sure.
For sure.
With that being said, stay tuned for episode 3 of the Multiverse of Blackness. Please like, comment, share, subscribe, all that. We need it. We need to keep this Black
share
podcast
with your friends,
going.
Your aunties, uncles, cousins.
Everything.
Man, tell somebody to tell somebody.
Even if you're brand new to the MCU and to Marvel, tap in with us. We can answer your questions.
That's what we're here for. And please leave your questions in the comments.
For sure.
Yep.
With that being said, on behalf of, let me get this right. I got to get it right. Houston Book Warehouse in Katy, Texas. We thank you for your sponsorship. We thank the Hive Podcast, DSF. I'm your boy Spider-Can.
It's the incredible man. Hold it down.
I don't know what my name was. You got to tell me what my name was.
The Brax Panther, the King of Hive Conda.
Yeah, there we go.
This has been the Multiverse of Blackness. Peace.